You know that moment when you see her, the one who turns the air electric and your chest tightens as if the city itself is holding its breath. That's the doorway most men never step through. They wait for a signal that never comes, for a perfect line that doesn't exist, and they let the moment die while their mind plays a highlight reel of everything that could go wrong. I want you to hear me. Your fear isn't a sign you're weak. It's a signal you're alive, on the edge where your character gets forged. And there's one shift, a switch so simple it hides in plain sight, that takes you from freezing to moving, from apologizing to leading, from begging for acceptance to offering an experience. Today you'll learn how to approach her without fear, and the #1 trick you'll use anytime you feel rejection anxiety rising like a wave. You flip the frame from "please like me" to "I'm offering a clear 2-second moment she can choose." You make clarity your gift. You bring presence, not pressure. You give her an honest choice, and you become the man who acts. Breathe with me for a second. Slow inhale, longer exhale. Feel your feet on the ground, the weight of your shoulders, the warmth in your hands. Notice how even now, just by changing the way you breathe, the storm in your head quiets. Fear isn't an enemy you have to kill. It's a wild horse you learn to ride. Your brain is built to protect you from social risk. It imagines catastrophe to save you from embarrassment. But here's the truth most men miss. Embarrassment is not fatal. In fact, it's the tuition you pay for becoming unshakable. The fastest way to drain fear of its power is to give yourself a rule so simple your body can follow it under pressure. My rule for you is this: see her, breathe once, and deliver the gift frame with a time boundary. Hey, 2 seconds. I had to tell you hello. I'm your name. That line isn't magic because of the words. It's magic because of the energy behind it. You're not barging into her day. You're not groveling. You're not dragging out a painful monologue. You're offering a tiny, clean moment, 2 seconds, a clear beginning and a clean exit if she wants it. That's respect. That's leadership. That's your trick. Let me show you how it looks from the inside. You spot her, the coat that fits like intention, the way she tucks a strand of hair behind her ear, the decisive way she moves. Your mind starts chattering. What if she rejects me? What if people hear? What if I look foolish? Good. That's the activation energy. Harness it. As you begin walking, drop your attention from your head into your body. Unlock your knees, soften your gaze, let your jaw unhinge. Inhale for 4, pause for 2, exhale for 6. On the exhale, repeat in your mind, I'm bringing a gift. You approach at a slight angle so you're visible, never from behind, and you stop with an arm's length of space. You raise your hand slightly as if you're greeting a friend, and you say it with a relaxed smile. Hey, 2 seconds, I had to tell you hello. I'm your name. Then you let the silence do the heavy lifting. She will feel it, that you're not trying to steal something from her. You're giving clarity, warmth, and freedom in the same breath. If she wants to step into the moment, she will. If not, you release with grace. And that grace is what makes the next approach easier and the next connection deeper. Fear survives on confusion and ambiguity. When you're vague about your intent, your nervous system scrambles. Should I be funny? Should I be cool? Should I be mysterious? You overload. The gift frame dissolves that confusion because you define the container. 2 seconds. A small, unmistakable window. You create trust immediately because you demonstrate you're in control of yourself. You're not clingy. You're not anxious. You're not trying to push her past her boundaries. You're offering something precise, your attention and honesty, without strings. Understand this deeply. Attraction starts with safety, emotional safety. A woman's nervous system is reading yours in the first heartbeat. Your calm, your clarity, your ability to stop talking and let the space breathe tells her more about your strength than any clever line ever could. Now, the psychology under the hood. Your anxiety is a prediction, not a prophecy. Your brain predicts discomfort because it overweights the cost of social pain and underweights the reward of courage. When you move anyway, you feed new data into the system. You teach your body that approaching equals growth, that discomfort equals expansion. Every repetition rewires the association, but you need structure. So here's your progression, something you can run daily like a strength program. Phase 1 is silent contact. For 1 week, you build eye contact without words. Every day, for 5 minutes total, you make eye contact with people you pass. Hold for half a second longer than feels natural, and add a small nod or smile. Don't pick targets, spread it evenly. Barista, security guard, woman with the red scarf, old man at the bus stop. You're warming your social muscles. You'll notice that your body settles and your shoulders expand. You begin to feel that you have a right to take up space. Phase 2 is neutral comments. For another week, you add quick, low-stakes interactions. That jacket is sharp. The weather flipped fast today. That book's on my list. Worth the read. One sentence, one breath, and you keep walking unless they hook. Your job is not to harvest numbers. It's to collect composed reps. These micro-exchanges bleed fear out of your system because they shift your identity from thinking about talking to talking. You are now the man who engages. Phase 3 is the gift frame with the time boundary. You'll use it 10 times the first week. Day or evening, at the market, in a bookstore, on a sidewalk where it's easy for her to step to the side if she wants to talk. You approach with that slight angle. You keep your hands visible. You hold your posture tall and relaxed, and you deliver, "Hey, 2 seconds. I had to tell you hello. I'm your name." If she gives her name, you're in a conversation. If she says she's in a rush or doesn't stop, you reply, "All good. Enjoy your day," with a genuine smile, and you move. No sigh, no eye roll, no muttering. Your dignity is not up for negotiation. Rejection anxiety dies when your identity stops being auctioned off to strangers. Let's get practical on the conversation itself. Once she offers her name, you don't interrogate, you bridge. The bridge is one short sentence about you that establishes context and avoids the awkward dead air that kills early momentum. "I'm on my way to meet a friend, but I saw you and had to risk a hello." That does 3 things. It keeps time scarce, it signals you have a life, and it validates your action as a deliberate choice. Then you hook with curiosity. You can use a clean observation, a light opinion, or a polar but non-aggressive question. "That's a bold ring. There's a story there." Or, "You look like you're doing something interesting today. What's the mission?" The key is, you're inviting her to share, not quizzing her. Your eyes stay steady. Your mouth pauses after the question. You let silence pull the answer forward. When she responds, you listen like a craftsman. You pick one thread and you reflect it back with a short take that reveals your taste. If she says she's visiting a gallery, you might say, "Good. I like people who schedule beauty on purpose." If she says she's hunting coffee, you say, "Strong choice." People who care about coffee usually care about details. You're not trying to impress, you're trying to see and be seen. Offer perspective, not performance. Then you play, lightly. A nudge, a contrast, something that says you can spark without getting mean. You're decisive, I can tell. Except when you order coffee, you look like the person who negotiates with the menu. Smile. Let it land. You're hinting at intimacy through observation. You're bringing warmth and a little tension, the good kind, the kind that wakes up the senses. Now the close, don't drag it out. Early conversation is a spark, not a campfire. You exit on your time, at your peak. "Listen, I've got to run in a minute, but this was easy. Let's pick it up another time. Put your Instagram in my phone, or we can trade numbers if you prefer." That last word matters, prefer, you're honoring choice. If she hesitates or gives a soft maybe, you don't chase. You soften and close the loop. No pressure at all. "I'm glad I said hi." Then you actually end the conversation. The discipline to leave clean is part of the magnetism. She'll remember the feeling of a man who doesn't cling. Distance, angle, and voice. These are your silent weapons. Keep a half step of space at the start. Close only if she invests by facing you, asking questions, or leaning in. Approach at 45 degrees so she can see you early. It signals safety. Keep your voice slow and lower on the exhale. If your voice rises at the end of sentences, it reads like a question you're begging her to answer. Drop your tone slightly instead. Your hands should be visible and still, resting by your sides or lightly gesturing. If you fidget, you bleed your power. If you pause, you project it. The mature masculine isn't loud, it's calm, precise, and grounded. Let's talk indicators: green, yellow, red, because discernment is confidence. Green is obvious. She offers her name without prompting. She asks you a question. She shifts her body to face you. She smiles with her eyes, not just her mouth. Yellow is mixed signals. She's polite, but glancing away. Her answers are short. She thanks you, but doesn't add. You test once. I'll let you go in a sec, but I'm curious. What's the story with the ring? If she comes alive, great. If not, exit. Red is anything that signals discomfort or disinterest. She freezes, steps back, avoids eye contact, says she's not interested. You honor it instantly, thank her for her time, and you move. That moment, right there, is where your character is judged. Your ability to accept a no kindly is what makes your yes valuable. It also trains your nervous system to stay steady because you prove to yourself that you can handle the full spectrum of outcomes. Let's make your body an ally. Before you go out, run the anchor drill. Stand tall, feet shoulder width. Unlock your knees. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 8. Repeat 5 times. With each exhale, imagine your breath traveling down, rooting you. Then pick 3 keywords that define your presence. For example, calm, clear, playful. On the last 2 breaths, speak them under your breath, timing each word to the exhale. This isn't superstition, it's conditioning. You're associating breath with identity. Then, when you're in the wild and you feel the surge, you can tap the anchor subtly. 1 longer exhale, whisper 1 word in your mind, clear, and deliver your approach. Small rituals, big results. Wardrobe and grooming aren't vanity, they're signal clarity. Clothes that fit tell the world you take yourself seriously. A subtle scent signals you pay attention to details, but go light. Your presence should arrive before your cologne does. Keep your shoes clean, people notice. If you wear accessories, wear one with a story you care about. A watch your grandfather gave you, a bracelet from a trip. Those aren't props, they're anchors to memory that make you more present when you talk about them. Presence is compelling because it's rare. Everyone's in their head. The man who is in his body, who looks at you fully when you speak, who pauses before he answers. That man is remembered. Now, let's get inside her experience because connection isn't a monologue. When you approach with the gift frame, you're offering relief from a different kind of anxiety, the unknown. Most women are used to men who sneak, hover, or blast a performance. Clear intent is rare. It feels safe because it's predictable and bounded. She can sense that you will honor a no. That frees her to consider a yes. Remember this, she is not the prize you're trying to win. The moment is the prize you're creating together. When you take that stance, your questions change. You stop fishing for approval and start exploring the truth. You ask what actually interests you, not what you think will impress her. You seem disciplined. What does your morning look like? Or, you've got an artist's attention to detail. What do you notice that other people miss? These are simple, real questions. They invite storytelling and reveal values. Values pull stronger than looks because values determine friction or flow. And now, the part you've been resisting, the aftermath of a no. You need a post-approach ritual to harvest every rep. Right after a conversation, take 60 seconds, stand somewhere quiet, or keep walking if you need to, and run this 3-part check. 1. Breath, 2 slow cycles. 2. Data, what worked, what didn't, what you'll try next time. Keep it factual, not emotional. For example, voice calm, spoke too fast after she answered. Next time, pause 1 beat. 3. Praise, 1 line of self-respect. I led. This ritual rewires your identity. It tells your nervous system that action equals reward regardless of outcome. That is how you become steady. Now, I'm going to give you a subtle escalation pattern that keeps everything honest and clean. Early on, you use time and truth. Time. I've got 2 minutes, then I'm out. Truth. I saw you and wanted to say hello. If she invests, you add play, a light tease based on observation. If she invests again, asking you a question, sharing more, you add vision, a small future seed. You sound like trouble in the best way. We'd debate coffee versus tea and pretend it's not a big deal. That's it. You don't jump to heavy innuendo. You don't push past her pace. You move like a dancer who can feel the music in her steps. If she steps back, you step back. If she steps forward, you match. Consent isn't a disclaimer. It's the foundation that makes attraction feel safe enough to intensify. Environment matters. Daytime approaching trains. Clarity. You'll find it easier in places where movement is natural: sidewalks, parks, bookstores, markets. Avoid narrow spaces where she can't opt out easily. Nighttime approaching trains calibration. Bars and lounges add noise, alcohol, social signaling. Keep your gift frame. You'll be rare. 2 seconds. Had to say hi. I'm your name. If her friends are there, include them for a beat. You two look like you're plotting something fun. What's the plan? If they're protective, respect it. Their energy will tell you if there's space here tonight or not. If not, no problem. You're there to practice leadership, not to chase validation. Social momentum is the secret sauce men underestimate. You think you need to find the perfect woman to get into state, but state comes from movement, not luck. Before you approach your first real interest of the day, do 5 warm-ups: small talk, compliments, directions. You're priming your voice, your posture, your smile. By the time you see the woman who actually lights you up, you're already moving like a man in rhythm. Anxiety can't anchor in a moving body. That's why athletes stay loose. Motion keeps the system elastic. You do the same socially. Now, about words. You never need a script longer than 1 sentence to start and 1 sentence to bridge. Anything longer becomes an escape hatch for your anxiety. The power isn't in the poetry, it's in the simplicity. 2 seconds. Had to tell you hello. I'm your name. Pause. I'm heading to meet a friend, but I'm curious. What's the story with that book? That's it. If you stack clever lines, you build a wall between you and her. Drop the wall. Stand there, present. That's the risk men avoid, and that's exactly why it works when you do it. Let's sharpen your frame. The unspoken stance that colors every word. You are the chooser, not the chaser. That doesn't mean arrogance. It means standards. You're reading her as much as she's reading you. Do her answers have life in them? Does she ask you anything? Is there playfulness, curiosity, shared tempo? If yes, good. If not, you're done. You don't punish her with coldness. You simply move on because your time matters and your attention is valuable. Scarcity is the natural consequence of having a life. Maintain your commitments. Don't blow off your plans to linger in a conversation that isn't feeding both of you. Paradoxically, that respect for your own time makes you more attractive. It telegraphs, I can leave. The man who can leave chooses better and moves cleaner. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, stay with me until the end, because we're just getting started. You're learning to turn fear into fuel, but I want you to feel what mastery is like on the inside. Mastery feels like quiet, not emptiness, clarity. No scrambling for the perfect outcome, no bargain with the future, just the next right action. You walk, you breathe, you deliver the frame, you listen, you lead, you exit. Over time, women will tell you they felt safe around you. They'll say it with their shoulders relaxing, with the way they mirror your tone, with how they message you later. That's the rep that matters. Not the one where you tricked yourself into a number, but the one where you were unmistakably yourself. Here's a deeper layer of the trick you can use anytime: naming the state. When you feel anxious, don't say, I'm anxious. Tell yourself, I'm excited. It's not a lie. The physiology is almost identical. Elevated heart rate, quick breath, butterflies in the gut. By labeling it excitement, you give your body a story it can run with. Then you add precise action. The gift frame. Excitement plus clarity equals charisma. Anxiety plus confusion equals avoidance. This micro-reframe will save you hundreds of moments from sliding into the ditch of overthinking. Let's address the elephant. What if people watch? What if someone laughs? Listen, the crowd in your mind is louder than the crowd in reality. Most people are trapped in their own phones, their own worries. The rare few who notice you will envy your courage. And even if someone smirks, let them. That's your training weight. You are not auditioning for them. You're training your spine to stay straight under eyes. Courage isn't the absence of witnesses. It's your decision to act in front of them. I want to give you a script for when she's busy because most attractive women are. She says, sorry, I'm running late. You keep it light and crisp. No problem at all. Consider this a small compliment in motion. Smile. Move. You didn't demand. You didn't cling. You left a clean footprint in her day. Many times, you'll see her again. When you do, Your second approach is even easier. We did the 2-second version last time. Give me 20 this round. Delivered with a grin, a tilt of the head, and you're in. Now, when she invests and you decide to meet again, keep the plan simple and public. Tuesday or Wednesday, 15 minutes. Coffee near landmark. We'll keep it short and intriguing. Short is key. You end at the peak again. If the vibe is right, it'll naturally extend. If not, you part with clarity and warmth. Never apologize for leading. You can be decisive and kind in the same breath. That combination is rare and it's magnetic. You'll ask me, what about compliments? Use them, but make them about specifics and make them about what she chose, not what she can't control. That color is bold on you. You move with purpose. I like the way you think about details. Compliments on behavior or taste reveal you as attentive. Compliments on body parts can land later, if at all, when you both have trust. Keep early compliments grounded and non-invasive. You're not starving, you're savoring. Self-talk. You must become ruthless here. Stop narrating your doubt as if it were insight. Replace "I hope she likes me" with "I'm bringing a moment she can choose." Replace "what if I fail" with "I'm practicing leadership." Replace "I need the right line" with "I am the right line." These aren't empty affirmations. They're cues that direct your attention to action. The mind follows language. Give it words that move your feet. If this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. I read every single one because I know what it's like to be right where you're standing, caught between the man you are and the man you're becoming, with fear yelling in your ear. Your job isn't to silence fear, it's to walk with it, to teach it your rhythm. A word on boundaries and ethics because real power respects both. Never corner, never hover, never follow. If she says no, let it be clean. If she's in a place where approaching isn't appropriate, private spaces, trapped environments, don't. The strength to walk away is part of your presence. You're not a collector of moments at any cost. You're a creator of good moments where both people can breathe. That standard is how you live with yourself. That standard is what builds reputation. In a world of boys who push, be the man who honors. That alone will set you apart. Let's tighten the loop. Today, choose a window. 30 minutes. Do 3 warm-ups. Run the anchor drill once. Pick the first woman who stirs your curiosity and deliver the 2-second gift frame. Record your post-approach ritual. That's 1 rep. Tomorrow, do it again. You're not chasing a miracle. You're stacking proof. In a week, your body will feel different. In a month, you'll walk differently. In 3 months, you won't recognize the man who used to wait for permission to live. If you know a brother who needs to hear this, someone paralyzed by what-ifs, send it to him today. Don't keep it to yourself. The world needs men who act with clarity and respect, who can approach without fear because they're grounded in who they are. That's contagious. That changes rooms. We're nearing the end, and I want to leave you with a frame you can carry into every approach from now on. You are not hunting. You are inviting. You are not testing your worth. You are revealing it. You are not trying to extract a yes. You are offering a moment and accepting reality. When you step to her with that energy, your shoulders roll back, your breath drops low, and your eyes settle into a gaze that doesn't wobble. You move like you know where you're going, and you give her the choice to walk a few steps with you. So here's your mantra, simple and sharp. See her, breathe, offer, pause, lead, exit, over and over until it's yours. The number 1 trick isn't a line. It's the gift frame with a time boundary, powered by the man who knows he can handle any answer. You become undeniable not because everyone says yes, but because nothing can make you abandon your standard. That's the energy that dissolves rejection anxiety. That's the energy that turns cold moments warm. That's the energy that feels like gravity when you walk into a room. If what I've said today changed the way you feel about approaching, even just a degree, stay close. Subscribe so you've got a reminder to practice the next layer with me. Tell me below what you'll run today. Specifics win. And when you try the 2-second gift frame, come back and tell me what happened. Your story might be the proof another man needs to take his first step. We're not chasing perfection here. We're building presence, one clean moment at a time. Now go, see her, breathe, offer. The rest will meet you halfway.